So this is your video for lesson 3.2. We're going to talk about reading and writing algebraic expressions. Just a reminder from yesterday, this is not a slide on your notes, but remember an algebraic expression contains at least a number, a variable, and an operation. It does not have an equal sign, and that's the difference between an expression and an equation. So we're going to practice reading expressions and being able to translate them from like words to numbers, variables, and operations, and then reading over like a word problem and being able to write an expression. We're going to skip that and that. Here we go. So this matches your notes. We're going to fill in some keywords here that correlate to each of the operations. You can see them a lot better on these wheelbarrows than you can on the ones I copied for you guys. So if you need to write in the symbols, plus, minus, times, divide, go ahead and do that. Basically, just pause if you need to, but I'm just going to be writing out some keywords here that mean each of these operations. Obviously, if we went over these in class, I'd be asking you guys for ideas, but since it's a video, we're just going to do it this way instead. That text is a little too big. So those are the main words I'd want you to have for addition: sum, total, increase by, more than, and really any other words that mean make larger. Okay, would also be an addition word. For multiplication, we can talk about product, times, twice would mean like times 2, and this is going to be the last time I use an X for a multiplication symbol is on this slide here, because like we talked about yesterday, we don't really want to use that anymore since X is our most common variable used in algebra, so we're going to switch to using like a dot or parentheses to show multiplication. Remember, squared is exponent of 2, okay, so that means times itself 2 times. And then cubed is an exponent of 3, so times itself 3 times. For subtraction, difference, decreased by, and really anything else that means like make smaller. And then these two I'm going to star, okay? So subtracted from and less than. Star, star, star. That's because these two, when you see them in the sentence, it's going to go opposite of the way you see it in the sentence. So like, let's say it said 5 is, or not 5 is, but just 5 less than 7. That wouldn't mean that you do 5 minus 7. That's normally how we do it. We just take the sentence and write it in the order. Less than means it's like reverse of the order the way you see it in the sentence. So this one I would write as 7 minus 5, because 5 less than 7 would be 2, right? So to get 2, I have to have 7 minus 5. If I did 5 minus 7, that's negative 2. Same thing with subtracted from. So if it said like 5 subtracted from 7, then you actually have to do 7 minus 5. So this number here actually goes first in the subtraction. This one goes second, because remember, subtraction order matters. And then division, really not many words to put in here. Quotient or like divided by would be our main ways to indicate division. So that's that. All right, so let's practice with some examples. So you guys are going to take these phrases and write algebraic expressions for them. I'm going to help you with an example or two here. So the sum of 2 and x, sum means addition, so that means add 2 and x, so 2 plus x. Okay, that's all we have to do for these is write the algebraic expression. Now with addition, since order doesn't matter, you could also do x plus 2, okay? That would be okay. But then if we look at the next one, c decreased by 5, decreased by is a subtraction phrase. It has to go in the order of the sentence, unless it's one of those two we just talked about, unless it's less than or subtracted from, then it's the reverse of the order of the sentence. So this is the only answer for c minus 5, okay? X divided by y. You guys are probably thinking this, and that's fine. But your book is normally going to show division, or at least a lot of times going to show division, like a fraction. Because remember, fractions also mean division, right? So if you write it like a fraction, then whatever number comes before the word divided by, or whatever the division word is, is your top number, your numerator. Whatever comes after is your denominator. Order does matter for division as well, so it would have to be in this order or this order. N squared would be n to the second power. Remember, squared is times itself twice, so that's using an exponent. So I'm going to let you guys, why don't you pause the video and try to do the rest of these on your own, and then we'll come back and talk about them in a minute. All right, hopefully you had success trying those. So 12 subtracted from B, that's one of those tricky ones. It is not this. Wrong. It's in the order of the sentence. So the B is going to come first and then minus 12. And that's the only way you can write that one because it's a subtraction column. Twice in number W. Remember, we're no longer going to use the X. So you can use a dot, or now that we have numbers and variables, you may remember seeing this in our expressions yesterday. You can write the number right next to the variable, right? That's the coefficient in the variable. This means multiplying. This is the way your book is going to write it. They won't have the little time sign in between. The product of 10 and y, so same thing. You can either have 10 times y, but don't use an x, or 10 and y right next to each other, okay? Either of those would be all right. The quotient of 4 and x, quotient means division, so you can have the fraction 4 and x, or 4 divided by x. 7 less than x, that's the other tricky subtraction one, so it's not this. It is x minus 7. 8 increased by m means addition, so you could have 8 plus m, or m plus 8. J cubed means times itself 3 times, so exponent of 3. And then this one was a little challenge one at the end there. The difference of a number k and 4 multiplied by 7. So see this comma? That means like this all has to go together. So I'm going to put it in parentheses. The difference would be subtracting k minus 4, and then that gets multiplied by 7. So that ensures that the difference I subtract first then gets multiplied by 7. All right, this was part 1 of the video. Then make sure you guys watch part 2 for the back part of your notes.